Hi, it's Tracy. Today is Saturday, January 21st, 2012, and I am half a week late in recording my week 4 results. I don't know what's going on with my scale, but when I weighed in for my week 3, I was 286.4. That was a week and a half ago. And then for that following week, it kept going, like bouncing between 286, 288, somewhere in there, and at one point it was up to 290.4. And even my husband was saying that he'll get on the scale and, like, you get on and off until, at least what I do, I'll get on and off until I have at least a number come up twice. And once I have that number come up twice, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm going to take. But even last night my husband was saying, I think we need to get new batteries or a new scale. He said that he got on the thing, what did he say, 17 or 18 times, and it was a different number every time. And I think it was a 12-pound range for what he had. And I was like, yeah, we definitely need to get something different. So I am going with my doctor scale for my week 4 weigh-in. And actually I don't have the full number. It was 285 point something. So I have to get that small part of the weight. But at any rate, it was at least a 1-pound loss from week 3 to week 4, so I'm good with that. But then when I weighed in this morning, it was like several pounds lower than that. And I'm not going to tell you the number because I'm going to wait to do that for my week 5 update, which will be really exciting. But, so anyway, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about the whole process. Wednesday, I did go for my first fill, and that was, how do I describe it? Simple. In and out. I heard all different kinds of stories about what people went through, how the doctors, the doctor's process for doing the fills. And for me, it was very simple. I went in, did all the pre-appointment, take your blood pressure, do your weight, temperature, heart rate, all that stuff. And then when I went into the room, the nurse got all of the tools and supplies out and ready. Doctor came in, asked how everything was going, how I was feeling, did some updating with that, updating with the vitamins that I'm taking now. Hopped on the table, he swabbed the area to sterilize it. He gave me, I think it's lidocaine, that they inject in there, so little pinch for that to numb the area. And then it was put the saline in. And then I was out the door. So, hey, I like it. I'll take it. That was good. And when I asked him, I said, well, how much do you usually put in for a first fill? Like, what's average? And of course, he went on his spiel about, everybody's different. Even what you hear on the internet, you can't go by any of that because everybody's different. I said, I get that, but how much do you typically put in for your first fill for your patients? And he said typically like 3 to 4 cc's. And I said, okay, well, at least I kind of know what to expect if that's what you're, on average, what you're doing. So, when it was all said and done, he ended up putting in 2.75 cc's. And he said he tried to do 3, but the plunger on the needle was actually pulling back. And he didn't want to, force it in there. Because I'm going to be going back in about another 4 weeks anyway for a checkup and probably a second fill. So I'm good with it. 2.75 cc's on the first fill. I did notice a difference just in the first couple days. Now what my surgeon's office has me do is basically what I followed after surgery, but instead of it being, a week at a time on liquids and then soft foods and blended foods and that, it's basically down to 1 day. So the day that you get the fill, you do clear liquids. The day after and the following day, you're on, clear liquids the first day, full liquids the next day and the day after. So for me, that was Thursday, Friday. Now today, Saturday, I'm going to be able to do soft foods. And then I believe starting tomorrow, I'm on to regular foods, which is good. So today, I have some egg salad ready to go. I've got my yogurt. I still have some Jell-O left from the last 2 days, so I'll probably have that. But yeah, it's just a very shortened version of the post-op diet that you follow as your stomach is healing. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely tell a difference. I can tell a difference when I drink my water. I'm really having to. I am a gulper. I always have been, and I knew that that was going to be an adjustment for me to, constantly be taking small sips. And I find the only way that I can get my water in is if I'm in the car. I have my water bottle in my hand, 32-ounce water bottle, and constantly while I'm driving, sip, 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 sip. And then I do the same thing at school. There's a period of time in the morning when I sit with my students and we have our reading groups, and then we have an intervention literacy time. But I'm constantly sitting that entire time, and I've got my water bottle right there. Sip, sip, sip. And it is so tedious and it drives me crazy, but I found by having that water bottle in my hand and just constantly sipping, that's how I'm getting my water in. But right after my first fill this week, with drinking the water, there were a couple times that I forgot. It was like glug, glug, glug. Ooh, boy, I can feel that, So it's a good reminder, just slow down. So today when I'm actually getting back to, even though it's soft food, I mean getting back to real food, I'll be curious to see, like, what is it going to feel like? What's going to be different about it? I'm kind of anticipating that it's going to be similar to how it was just after surgery. And I know it was just swelling in there, but I'm thinking maybe similar sensations, in a similar process. But yeah, things are good. Things are really good. Exercise has been really good. I think since I started my exercise just 1 week post-op. And since then, I've only missed 2 days. And during those weeks when I missed those days, on the other days I added a little bit more, so I still made up the minutes. So that was really good. Still just doing the treadmill right now. One of the days, well, I did water aerobics a while ago on one of the days, and then a different day, I think it was one day last week, I have a Biggest Loser workout for the Xbox Connect. So I tried that, and it's my oldest son. He's so cute. He's so interested. He's very competitive, such a sports kid. And he just sat and watched the whole time. And then as soon as I was done, he went on there and he started doing, I don't know, some of the competitions or whatever else they have on there. So that was kind of cool, that he wanted to do that like Mommy did. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Going to focus. I know I'm only got a half week left here before my next official weigh-in and update. But I think what I'm going to do is still focus on that water, making sure I'm sipping, getting my full 64 plus ounces in. And I think other than that, my protein levels are good. I'm not worried about that. Exercise is good. I think what I really want to focus on for this next half week, though, is the really small bites. Chewing I do pretty well, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I think the small bites and trying to stick with the 3 meals a day. I found that right before my fill, I would have my 3 meals, but then I would find myself snacking. And even though it was protein, like maybe a light string cheese or what was the other thing? Or yogurt, the Greek yogurt I had a couple times for a snack. It still was outside of the 3 meals, that I wanted to have. And not that snacks are a bad thing, but I just really want to stick with trying to do the 3 times a day. If I need a snack outside of there, I'll do it. I'll choose protein. But yeah, I think sipping the water and small bites and 3 meals, that's going to be my focus for this week. I do have another recipe that I'm going to try. The what was it called? The corn and shrimp chowder or whatever it was that I tried out of Cooking Light magazine last time. That was pretty good. I mean, I had my, I think it was like a little half cup to 3/4 cup. And I took the shrimp out. I took, like the chunky pieces out and had that. And my husband finished the rest of the pot. So, he wants to get on track with watching what he's eating and starting to exercise and trying to cut back to lose some weight. But I keep telling him that if he finishes off whatever I don't eat, that's not going to be a good start for him. But, so anyway, out of another Cooking Light magazine, I found another shrimp recipe. We have some shrimp in the freezer, so I wanted to try and use up some of that. But this one is for pan-fried shrimp with Creole mayonnaise. Now, the Creole mayonnaise, that actually is a dip. that you make with mayonnaise, the Creole seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, and hot sauce, and that's what you serve to dip the shrimp in. I'm not going to have that, but the shrimp, you actually coat it with some of the Creole seasonings, some flour, some salt, you know, just like typical, like some of the breadcrumbs and whatever. So you coat it with a little bit of that, and then you cook it in a skillet. So even though it says that it's fried, I mean, I'll use the nonstick spray to put in there. But anyway, now, I mean, the calories are horrible, but I'm going to have to figure this out without the actual dip that you use. But the protein, now this is for 5 ounces of shrimp and the 2 teaspoons of the Creole mayonnaise mixture. It says it's 427 calories and 38.4 grams of protein. So I'm assuming the protein would still be the same if you ate all 5 ounces. I wouldn't eat that much of it. It's the calories that would be less because I wouldn't have the dip. But anyway, here's, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's a picture of it, so I'll let you know how that turns out. But I'm actually finding that I really like the Cooking Light magazines. I have found a recipe or two out of the last couple issues that I've picked up. So I keep looking for those. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching and for following my journey. I'm catching up on all of my videos and watching all of your journeys and just really enjoying all of the knowledge that you're putting out there and sharing. So I appreciate it. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye.